Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Brandon.
I'm Ryan.
This is Game Talk. We got a lot of news this week, so we're just gonna hop right into it. I don't have these in any particular order, but I'm kind of gonna try and pick a big one to start with. Okay, so there was some more rumors about the PlayStation 5 officially unveiling. This is an article off of not the most reliable website for video game news, International Business Times, Nika Osorio. So take it with a huge grain of salt. But Sony may have revealed the date and venue of the PS5 official unveiling. Might get a new VR at launch. Holiday 2020, obviously. That's not any news.
I've been hearing quite a bit about it.
The biggest reason this happened is someone on Reddit shared a photo that Sony reserved a hall in New York on February 29th, 2020 for a private event that would start at 7 p.m., which is very much in line with the PlayStation 4 unveiling. So,
Sweet.
maybe. I
Yeah.
feel like it's already February and we don't know, though. So,
They've been so quiet.
I feel like
it.
they want at least a month of lead up to said event, but maybe not. I mean, maybe we'll find out this week. I hope it's in February because I want to know about it real bad. New VR at launch. I don't know if there'll be a new VR at launch because they don't want to. I personally don't think they want to launch with a new VR as well. So they're like, here's this $400 console. Also, here's another $400 headset because that's going to make people like, that's a lot of money right away.
Overwhelming.
Yes.
Kind of puts off the excitement of the news when you think about that.
Exactly.
Responsibility.
And they've said in the past that the VR will just work too. The current VR. Yeah. I want a new VR headset. I don't have a PSVR. I'm waiting for like a wireless one. So I want another one.
Coming.
But I wouldn't get it at launch because that's too much money. So that's just a big rumor that I want to be real.
Can I actually interject?
Yeah, definitely.
An article that I read.
Interject
off of the PS5 kind of discussion. I think I've talked about it a couple times in the last episode and the one before, but this article I found by Eric Kane on Forbes.com shares my feelings about how Sony's going to come out and crush Microsoft.
Okay.
And his whole article was just discussing, the Switch Pro, all these launches, and how big it's been for certain, for Nintendo and other companies. But PlayStation 5, and he was saying that they're basically going to come out of the woodwork and just crush it and dominate. And that's why they've been so quiet, because Xbox is pushing, and I think Microsoft thinks they've got their foot in the door with this, and with Sony dropping out of E3 and then just not talking.
Right.
But it really was a good article if you take the time to look it up. I really appreciate it.
Forbes is usually pretty good. Like Forbes does video game write-ups.
Yeah.
Not a ton, but they're good, and they have some good breaks and stuff like that. So, yeah,
definitely. But yeah, check that one out for sure.
Yeah, I'll have to read into it because I like Forbes' stuff. There are certain business websites that I don't trust their video game opinions on, but Forbes is usually really good.
Yeah. So yeah, let's get excited for this Sony.
I mean, I'm excited for Xbox as well.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong.
But if I'm getting one right away, it's going to be PlayStation most likely.
Hands down.
Especially because I want Horizon Zero Dawn sequel to be there, which I think will be there.
God of War, so that was the other point of his article, was the exclusives PlayStation has versus Xbox.
Which Xbox is working on it.
Yep, definitely.
I want them to have good exclusives. Sticking with PlayStation, we'll just go with a really quick article. This is straight from the PlayStation blog. I don't know. Up on the PlayStation blog. Adam Michael. PS Plus games for February. You'll be able to get this Tuesday. BioShock Collection, which I don't have because I've been waiting. Because I really just want to replay the first BioShock again because I love it. I don't really care about any of the other ones. 2 I never finished. Infinite I did, and it was good, but I don't need to replay it. But I love the first BioShock. And then The Sims 4. So those are your free PlayStation Plus games.
I'm excited for The Sims 4. I remember buying it, playing it for a while, and then I exchange it and turn, for and whatnot. But I've been craving to play it again.
Yeah. I don't know how it is on console. My girlfriend plays it a shitload, on PC.
I bought it for. Yeah, okay. I bought it for PlayStation.
I'm not a huge Sims fan, so that doesn't do anything for me. But I like watching people play The Sims, but I get bored when I'm playing it. It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, I can play for a few hours, and then it's not like I want to go back to it every single day. But I can definitely pick up where I left off. So
yeah. Also, a Firewall Zero Hour, a PSVR game, is also free. So even if you don't have a PSVR, go and redeem it. They seem to do that every 4 months or so. They'll release a VR game with PlayStation Plus, and I just always go and redeem it. So
yeah,
it's like I'll have more games whenever VR comes out. Firewall Zero Hour is the Rainbow Six Siege style game in VR. It's supposed to be really good, but I don't know how big of a multiplayer community can you have.
Yeah.
I mean, the VR is sold 4 million or something like that at this point, but how many copies of this have sold?
Yeah.
So maybe it's just to rebuild the community back up. What else? Do I have any other specific PlayStation news to stay themed? Not really. All right, another big report. Also a rumor. Resident Evil 8 rumored, currently working. Obviously, they're working on it. Like Capcom's been crushing Resident Evil as of late, starting with Resident Evil 7. That kind of kicked off Capcom's resurgence. Like Resident Evil 7. Did you play Resident Evil 7?
No, remember I picked it up. I bought it fresh off the sales floor and never even opened it. I don't remember what was going on. I had something else that just took priority, and then like, months went by, and I was like, all right, I'm never going to get around to this.
This was one, actually kind of a good segue from PSVR talk that I didn't play because I want to play it in PSVR, because you can play the whole game in VR, and I guess it's awesome. But I still don't have a PSVR, so I haven't played Resident Evil 7. I've seen a shit ton of it played. I've seen it speedrun a lot at like GDQs and stuff, so I know the story and everything. But since then, they've just released the remakes. Resident Evil 2 remake, amazing. Resident Evil 3 remake is coming soon, also looks amazing. This one is supposed to take place after 7 with the same main character, Ethan, I believe. I got this right up from IGN by Matt Kim. And then, yeah, also Chris Redfield is supposed to be in it. He was in the DLC, I think, for Resident Evil 7.
Yeah.
Which I don't know anything about. I know Chris Redfield, obviously.
You know, Res 5 is my favorite, so that's
5's your favorite. 5 is really good. 4 is my favorite, but 4 and 2. So I was stoked about the 2 remake because 2 is hard to play now, but the remake fucking brings it back. It's just old PS1 graphics, so it's like early 3D, which is ugly.
Hard to sit through.
Like Final Fantasy 7, which I did replay recently, and it's amazing. Okay.
Oh yeah, Benny agrees with you. 2 is great.
I don't know how much Resident Evil he's played. That's my Twitter. That's not a news article. What do we get? There's a bunch of Nintendo shit. We'll go through this first. So yeah, Atari themed hotels. I know you have this article as well. Yes, this is another article by Matt Kim on IGN. It was all over the internet though. So yeah, Atari, the video game brand, currently amid a comeback. I don't know about that, but their latest venture, hotels. They're working with a specific group of hotels, right? Partnering with the strategy agency GSD Group and Phoenix, Arizona-based real estate developer True North Studio to begin development on a hotel themed after the video game brand. The mock-up looks cool as shit.
Yeah, no, nice.
And they're supposed to have video games in it. What's the deal?
Yeah,
with that?
So the article I read, the denverchannel.com, you know, Kurt Sevitz wrote the article, but basically they want to do in 8 cities, build an Atari themed hotel. They're going to start in Phoenix. I'm super stoked because Chicago's on that list, which is basically right next door. But what they want is they want to appeal to all gamers, all levels, all abilities, you know, all ages, and kind of be a hub for that, and definitely use it for esports. They want to, you know, have a place for
that's cool if they want to appeal to everybody too. Then so it's not just going to be like Call of Duty or Fortnite. It'll have other shit too.
Yeah, you know, I'm sure it's going to be set up where you can bring your 5-year-old kid and then you can go play your Call of Duty while he plays Mario Kart kind of thing, you know. So it's going to be,
or you play Mario Kart and your 5-year-old plays Call of Duty.
What I would be doing, yes. But yeah, I think it's going to be great, and the cities seem legit. Like the one in Vegas, you know, if this does happen like officially and they actually do it, I guarantee you the one in Vegas is going to be like the main one for esports competition. Yeah, it's just got that kind of place.
Are there different esports arenas in Vegas too? I can't remember.
I don't know if it's specific or if they just open up venues for it.
They just reserve places
which is probably why they want to do this.
Yeah.
Which I should show this to my dad because he still gets his mind blown whenever we talk about how big gaming is.
Yeah.
Like, he just doesn't get it.
I don't know how he doesn't get it.
You'd think by now.
Dude, the money in the gaming industry is insane.
Yeah. Well, and his 2 kids that live with him, he never sees our faces.
Yeah.
We're constantly
you got to get him to play Skyrim or something. You got to hook up like an old Xbox 360.
When I get the new PlayStation, I can just dump my PS4 on him.
Yeah.
And let him have at it. So.
Right. That's a good idea, actually. It looks like I was curious if there was a timeline on any of this, and I scrolled down the article more, and it says the Arizona one will take 18 to 24 months to complete. So a couple years, I assume, from now.
They want to break ground on Phoenix in mid 2020. So they want to start it this year already.
Okay. So
Which is
hopefully
pretty
by
exciting.
2022 it'll be open.
Yeah. Um,
That'll be sweet. I'm
and we'll
excited about
see.
it. I don't have an attachment to the Atari name anymore because it's like the Atari name isn't the Atari company that was video games back in the day before the video game crash, and then Nintendo had to save everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just kind of been bought out by different companies, basically buying the Atari namesake.
Well, yeah, and I feel like Atari's just kind of been hovering out in the abyss.
Like the name is cool and it means something and it'll draw people in.
Yeah, absolutely.
They just have to execute it well.
I'm gonna quickly interject with an article by Kevin Zimmerman on the topic of esports.
Yeah, shit, I forgot about this.
Something in our local neighborhood. Sheboygan North High School is entering esports,
which is awesome.
Yeah, super stoked. Again, like gaming is becoming bigger and bigger, obviously. But they announced they're gonna have 2 5-member teams in an 8-week division, which is a part of Wisconsin High School Esports Association, which I didn't even know it was already at that level.
I didn't either.
But it's going to be, like a legit, they're just a whole thing. So you got,
that's cool. Because like you can get scholarships with that now too. Because like a lot of colleges are doing esports. I know LTC that's more of a local college around us. Yeah. It's a technical college, but they were hiring for a esports coach position. Like I saw job listings for it that one of my friends showed me. So it's like, that's cool.
Yeah. Yep. Actually, it says right here.
15 years too late for me. But
yeah, I know, it's kind of a bummer. But 130 colleges country with offer.
Shit, that's
over
cool.
$15 million in scholarships for things like this.
Yeah, that's amazing. So,
pretty sweet. Just a little local news for you.
Just jealous,
Oh yeah, Benny. Yeah, it's gonna be everything. I mean, from what I can tell.
Yeah, for the consoles.
Trust me, they're not gonna do just Atari because that won't go anywhere.
I'm hoping that it would be cool. I guess this really only speaks to like Switch. It would be cool if they had TVs and shit and just docks, so you could like hook your own Switch up too and do that kind of shit. I don't know if they'll let you do that.
Hey, maybe they'll have a dock in like every room.
That would be badass.
Have it hooked up right to your TV.
But then also they'd want to have stuff for people who don't have systems either. So I don't know.
It's gonna be sweet. I'm excited.
But that'll be sweet though. Yeah, I'm excited to see it. I hope it works out because like Atari's been working on that console they announced that's supposed to play old games and new games, and that's gotten delayed a fuckload. So worried about it, but hope it does well. Let's see what else we got. I'm just gonna go in order now. I have like 5-ish more articles. This is big news to me because I like these kind of games. I know you do too. You haven't played them as much. Torchlight Frontiers is now Torchlight 3. So Torchlight 1 and 2 made by former Diablo developers. So it's that isometric role-playing game where you're just killing, looting, leveling up. Torchlight Frontiers is like a free-to-play one that was coming out, which I was kind of worried about. But after evaluating their shit, this is also fucking, we're pulling a shit ton of Matt Kim articles from IGN today. So this one was supposed to be like action MMO. So it's supposed to be bigger hub and stuff like that. Just still going to have some of the MMO elements, but it's going to be more traditional action role-playing game, which is nice. Basically, in all their testing and everything, they decided that this was not the way to go free to play. They're like, it's going to be just a full game that you buy once and that kind of thing. I'm sure there'll be some microtransactions, but depending on what they are, that should be fine. And it'll be playable online or off if you want, which is a big deal for some people. I don't give a fuck. I'm all about playing online with friends and shit like that because I want to show my stuff off. But I know offline play is a big deal for a lot of people.
I'm generally an offline player.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and this news made me hop into Torchlight 2, which I had barely played. We'll get to that when we get to all the shit that I've played this week. Because it's a lot. Does Torchlight move the needle for you at all? I know you still haven't really played Diablo 3, which you should. Because that's the big one, the Diablos.
I have Diablo 3 on every console.
A lot like Diablo.
Apparently just like you, buying it every time I need to. I've played it enough, so this kind of does. I mean, I'm definitely curious.
Yeah, and it's going to have multiplayer, and it's coming out this summer. I don't know if it's coming to consoles right away. It's going to be a PC for sure. I don't know what this article says. It says it's coming to consoles, but I don't know if it's coming to consoles right away. Yeah, it says platforms, Xbox One, PC, PS4. So release date June 30th. So consoles right away, probably.
We'll see.
So that's exciting.
I'll check it out. Maybe I'll do some digging this week since I'm all caught up on
the
games.
Do you have a computer you can play games on? Because I mean,
I have a Chromebook.
Because I could gift you a copy. Of like years ago, I bought apparently a 4-pack of Torchlight 2, so I have 2 more copies of it. I gave one to Gary, and me and him have been playing. But yeah, because I could gift you one, but it probably won't run on your
Yeah,
Chromebook.
I've never really been into PC gaming. I'm
Diablo is the
like,
reason that I have PCs. That's the
see,
reason I have this PC. This PC was built for Diablo 3. I just added a new video card recently because it was old.
the more like you guys and all my friends are doing the PC stuff, and I'm learning slowly, I'm more excited, like more
Yeah.
interested.
Well,
And
with streaming and doing online stuff, I've been using it a lot more because I definitely primary console
Yeah.
though. But I can hook my console up to it because I have a capture card
We'll
and that
see.
kind of thing.
maybe I'll get there one day.
Yeah. Once we start to build more studio stuff and do more shows, make PCs make that easier. Yeah, so I'm sure you've been hearing about this story because it's been a thing for years.
Mhm.
This is another story from IGN. Andrew Smith, unlicensed real world Mario Kart company, loses another legal battle with Nintendo. So there's this basically tourist attraction in, where is it? Is it in Japan, I believe? Tokyo, yeah. So in Tokyo, you can dress up as Mario Kart characters, and they have these basically Mario Karts, and they have events that you can go and pay and do. And this has been going on for years. And Nintendo sent them cease and desist. They lost a different battle to Nintendo and had to pay a fine, and they were supposed to stop, and they just haven't stopped. They've just still been doing it. So now they're fined even more. So fined 90 million in 2017, and I believe it's like 4 times that amount now.
I mean, they're just trying to give the people what they want.
I mean, everybody wants this. I'm wondering if they're going to keep doing it at this point because they just keep getting
How much more can they
fined.
lose?
Right, but they're making a fuckload of money. Okay, so now they've been ordered to pay over 50 million yen, so 450 US dollars. 450,000 US dollars. Sorry. That's up of the 90,000 that they were fined in 2017. This is all copyright infringement stuff.
Nuts.
But they just kept doing it. They're like, yeah, we paid this fine, and then they didn't stop at all.
They probably just thought they'd have to pay 90,000 again. Fuck it.
Right.
Why not? We'll do
It's
it
so
once a year.
cool though.
No
It's
big
such a
deal.
cool idea. Maybe they can just like, I think it's a safety thing. They don't want people driving around Tokyo and go-karts with Nintendo shit
It'll
on
give
it.
Nintendo a bad image, yeah,
Mhm.
because they're not endorsing it.
People want to do this. Yeah, see? Oh yeah, Benny, shit, I'd pay for that. So I think it's only like $100 too. What is it? Yeah, if you're planning to visit Tokyo in the near future and would like to, oh, this is a superhero themed go-kart tour. That's around 100.
It's still kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, this company got fined again. I just wanted to bring that to the attention. I want to know if they're going to keep doing it. I hope they do. Not that I'm going to fucking Tokyo anytime soon.
I mean, and
I'd
if
like
people
to.
are gonna do this kind of shit, at least do it near us so we can partake.
Right, like I remember hearing about it and I'm like, fuck. I'm like 27. This isn't going to happen anytime soon. I'm poor. Still poor and not 27 anymore. But
story of my life. Well, it's like most Americans. It's fine.
True. Yeah. It would be cool though. Anyways, different Nintendo stories. The Nintendo Switch is selling very well.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't see this, it's over. This is from Kotaku, Brian Ashcraft. Yeah, so they released their financial reports this last week. There's also some sales reports in here for games, which we'll go over. But what did the Switch surpass?
It was like 46.
No, 52 million or something.
Surpassed
Yeah, Nintendo reached 52.48 million lifetime Switch console sales, which includes over 5 million of the Switch Lites, which is pretty badass.
I'm surprised about the lights. Actually, like my mind was just doesn't think it's like worth it. I have my biggest grievance about it.
Yeah, the Switch Lite. I mean, I get it for like kids or families that have a main Switch and then somebody else wants
or
a
if
Switch.
I was rich.
Yeah. So software sales as well. Sword and Shield, 16.6 million units worldwide, which is insane because it came out in November, right? Mario Maker 2 sold another 5 million, as did Luigi's Mansion 3. I don't know what that brings their totals up to. Something more, obviously. But like for context, Pokemon X and Y has lifetime sales of 16.42. That's a lifetime. Yeah. So like Sword and Shield, I'm sure will be past that if it's not already past that with just another fucking couple weeks. So that's crazy. The Switch is doing insanely well. That's more than the Xbox One has sold by like 10 million or something. Yeah. Not that there's official sales numbers for the Xbox One because Microsoft doesn't release them, but you can gauge it with other sales and stuff.
I'm not surprised. It's insane.
No, me neither.
They deserve it.
And they keep releasing sweet games. We're still waiting on a Direct. There's got to be a Direct soon because the only game we really know about is Animal Crossing that's coming out this year.
Yeah, Animal Crossing and the Pokemon DLC.
Yeah.
And you can't really do much more with that.
Do you think the Breath of the Wild 2 sequel comes out? Breath of the Wild sequel comes out this year?
Well, the tricky thing is that I've been kind of following like rumors and leaks and this, that, and the other thing, opinion articles. But with the rumor of a new Switch, like a Switch Pro console being released, if they do that, they have to release Breath of the Wild. Because if they're going to increase, the screen quality and the battery life and everything all at once in a new console, They gotta do Breath of the Wild on it.
Yeah.
Which gonna bum me out, but I'll buy it anyways.
It all depends on what it does, because I don't really need more battery life because I mostly play my Switch docked.
Yeah.
So it all depends on what it's doing. And if
the screen quality doesn't matter too much to me. I think we kind of talked about it last week. But
well, if you have a screen the size of the Switch, how is that going to be like 4K or 1080?
And is it
a
going to
small
be worth
screen?
it?
Does it really matter? You don't notice it that
Unless
much.
It's going to project a hologram out, and that's how I'm going to play.
And they're going to want it. And they're going to want it to be playable on the regular Switch without too many performance hiccups. So they can't make the game insanely like graphic fidelity, that kind of thing.
You'll know this. Oh yeah, Benny asked if the PS2 is still the most sold console.
Oh yeah. PS4 is close. I think it goes PS2, PS4 if you don't count the DS and the Game Boy, because I think the DS and the Game Boy are in there.
Yeah, we pulled it up last week, and there was a whole chart. But
yeah, PS2 is number 1, and then it's like DS, and then Game Boy, and then PS4, I believe. So PS4 is over 100 million now, which is fucking nuts. More Nintendo news. Animal Crossing. This is just straight from the Animal Crossing website, but this has been all over. The Animal Crossing Switch, which you can get as of March 13th, which is a week before Animal Crossing comes out. Doesn't come with Animal Crossing. But man, I don't want to buy another Switch, but I want this Switch.
I just want the controllers.
But look at this dock.
I know, it's adorable, but...
It's so pretty. I think I can actually show everybody here. Yeah, so like this is the Switch. It looks so nice. I do like the mint and like the
sky blue.
Yeah. But I like the designs. I like the dock a lot.
No, I just like the controllers.
You can buy these Joy-Cons. You just get them through like Amazon Japan.
I know, but
granted, Joy-Cons are like $80
I
for
know.
a set.
I don't really need more Joy-Cons. Like I don't even use the ones that I have. But
do you have any drift issues? Because a lot of people are using that as an excuse to buy new ones.
Actually,
like
what was I playing the other day, and it was pissing me off? Maybe it was it my drumming game, and it wasn't working right, and I think that my original Joy-Cons are busted. But whatever. Yeah, it looks really nice.
It looks amazing, and it's the new like better battery life Switch, or it's got a better processing chip, which gives you better battery life. Doesn't really affect anything else, but I don't really need better battery life, and I don't need another Switch. The only reason I would buy this is if somebody I knew like wanted a Switch, and I'd like buy this, transfer my shit over, and then sell my other one to somebody else. But
also with the rumor of a new Switch model, anyways, I don't need to be going balls deep and Switch console.
It looks very pretty though, and I'm very stoked for Animal Crossing.
Again, I've never played Animal Crossing, but I'm pretty excited to have something big to play.
Yeah.
Something new.
I'll stream myself picking up fruits and paying off my loans to Tom Nook. So be ready for that. How much for my Switch? We'll talk off stream. Okay, I don't have any other Nintendo news. The only other thing I have is just kind of a little tidbit. I initially didn't have this article. This is from Engadget, but it was also all over by Mariella Moon. Microsoft will pay up to $20,000 for Xbox Live bugs. Basically, if you find bugs in your Xbox Live, it's kind of like a bounty style system for Xbox Live's networks and services. Yeah, so it's like any other bug program. You report it, and then they can pay you depending on the severity of the security hole, that kind of thing.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. If you're good at dicking around and fucking with shit, you can get paid for it instead of fined for it.
Not me.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So that's all I have for news stories.
I have something that I'm really excited about, which is the Pokemon Home details that were finally released.
Yeah. Those were a little confusing. We talked about it some.
Yeah, which I kind of pieced it together. Like I read the article like twice, and then I was just like sat and stewed on it. It sounds like it's going to be completely mobile. You can do things.
Is there like a phone app?
That's
because you can transfer from Pokemon Go to it, right?
Yep. We're not right away. I don't think Pokemon Go will be right away.
Okay.
But you can do from like Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu into either your Pokemon Home, which is like the new bank.
Yeah, so it's an upgrade of the bank to be able to use on your Switch and online and everything.
Yeah. If you transfer to Sword and Shield, you can't transfer back
to other games, but you can transfer back to the bank.
Yes.
Right? Okay, that was my biggest question.
You can't go game to game necessarily, except for Sword and Shield.
Because my biggest question was the article I read made it seem like you couldn't transfer back to the bank even, but I think the wording was just confusing on it.
Yep.
So that's good, because I wouldn't want to transfer like my fucking Lugia up from my bank, transfer it to Sword and Shield, and then it just be stuck there for eternity. Because that would piss me off. Because I've transferred that from fucking Soul Silver on the regular DS.
Yeah, so it sounds like it's gonna be pretty seamless, pretty easy.
Sweet.
They seem ready for it. It's
not like the bank.
$16 which Remember, I finally pulled all my stuff out a couple months ago to
Same.
pull everything from my games, and it was a nightmare.
Disaster.
I think
Especially if you're coming from regular DS to 3DS. Fuck, that took forever.
I think I had to text you. I was about Black and White or something, or there was something funny with working with those and trying to get them off of it.
I spent like 4 hours one night transferring everything from Black to like my bank in X or Sun and Moon Bank, I guess. Well, it's just a regular bank.
But we did it, and we're done. It was worth it.
Well, I'm sure I'll be fucking tripping over myself trying to get it all to Pokemon Home, but
I don't know. I think it's going to be easy.
I hope it is.
I do.
The biggest problem with me was transferring from Black. Yeah. Because you can only transfer 30 at a time. And fuck, I had like hundreds of Pokemon. I had to go in, transfer them to a specific box, then take X out, then put like Sun in so the bank will let me go to the actual bank page to pull from the X box to then put to the bank. Then I had to go back to X, transfer 30 Pokemon to a box, switch back. Oh my god, it took so fucking long. I almost was like, I don't need these. I don't need all these. Yeah. I was like, I transferred my legendaries. I don't need these other fucking 150 rare Pokemon.
It's fine. Yeah, nope, I'm with you. I'm glad I got it done though. But it says you can use your mobile device anytime, anywhere, trade Pokemon.
Sweet.
The other thing, Wonder Box trade. It's gonna be a thing.
Oh yeah, can't you global trade? They're bringing that back.
Yep.
Which I loved that because you can just be like, you can just put a Pokemon up and ask for a specific Pokemon.
Yeah.
And be like, here's a Dragonite. I want a Zapdos or something.
Which would have been nice trade, but to do in Sword and Shield when I needed to finish my Pokédex, but we got there. It's fine. It also sounds like we'll be able to like sit in a room together and trade if we wanted and hang out.
That'll be sweet. It'll be cool that you can see it from your phone then too. That'll be nice. Yeah. And just for organizing, doing it on a computer with like a mouse, because I always want my boxes to be organized by number. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to do that myself because I'm lazy and that takes a lot. I'm hoping there's some auto organize, but maybe on PC that'll be easier to do if I'm using a mouse. I can drag and drop a lot faster and easier.
Well, you'll have to let me know.
Depending on the layout.
Log in and do it too, because I like to organize my boxes by like type and like starters in one, and like it'll be like all fire starters, and then I did that in Sword and Shield for a while, like all my Dreebies in one box. I just wish there was an easier way to do it.
Mine is just organized by badass legendaries and then non-legendaries that I actually use / want to level up, and then trash. Trash to fill my Pokedex. Pokemon. And there's usually an Eevee box, which is just filled with tons of Eevees and then Eevee evolutions.
You gotta hold them. Yeah. My two most exciting things about this Pokemon Home, real quick to wrap up, is you'll get news in your Pokemon Home app on your mobile device. Okay. So like news about gifts, which I've been obviously following and putting in
like mystery gifts and stuff, right?
Yeah. And then competitions and whatnot, which I'm not super excited about, and then the Pokemon Home points. The more you use it, the more Pokemon you put in. You can actually exchange points that accumulate for battle points.
Oh, really?
Sword and Shield games.
That's cool. And battle points you can use for different rewards too, right?
Yeah.
Like those.
So it sounds pretty
nature changing candies and stuff.
I think it was like $16 a year, which I read an article where people were pissed about that, which they need to get over it.
That's fine. It's probably like one of the arguments was you also have to have a Nintendo Online account to be able to use it on your Switch. So they're like, oh, I have to pay $20 a year plus 16, and it's like still $36. And everything you get with it, like, granted, Nintendo's Online kind of sucks ass, but the Super Nintendo games and the Nintendo games are worth it for me just for that, even if the online isn't great.
Absolutely.
You can't transfer all the only way you can transfer from Red and Blue, oh yeah, Benny, is if you get the digital versions of Red and Blue on the 3DS, because you can transfer those to the bank. But you can transfer all the way up from the Game Boy Advance games to now, because the original DS had a GBA slot. So on DS games, if you put a GBA game in it, there was a way to transfer from that to those DS games. And then you can transfer from Pokemon Black to the Pokemon Bank, and then from the bank to X and Y or Sun and Moon, or now to Pokemon Home. So I have Pokemon all the way back from Ruby, and then also Fire Red, because those are the first games on GBA. Those are the only games on GBA, like those gens. So that's why I didn't want to lose them. I was like, I gotta fucking do this. Fucking sucked, but
on a similar note to like this Pokemon Home thing, and like you said, Switch Online kind of sucks. I use the PlayStation app on my phone all the time, and the Xbox app all the time.
I use the PlayStation one a lot.
I really hope Nintendo gets it together and does something, because I want to be able to do, like, if I buy a gift card, like a PlayStation credit card, or gift card at work. Like I want to sit on break and put in my PlayStation card. I can do that. I want to be able to access my Nintendo information and kind of putz around and shop for games.
Looking at sales
and
is
see
nice on
stuff.
there. Also, the coolest thing to do on there is when you buy shit, you can push it to download.
Yeah.
And it'll download while you're not at home.
Yeah.
So you can come home and be ready.
So hopefully Nintendo works on that. That'd be great.
Yeah. I remember there was a tweet when like the PS4 first came out from a gaming journalist, and it was like, my parents at 30, they like has a house, has like 2 kids and all this, and is like me at 30 has an apartment, but hey, I can fucking buy games on the go and have them downloaded and ready when I get home. So fuck you, Dad.
That's what makes me feel good. So
right, yeah.
I'm on board. Yeah. So moving on, I have one article about a new game, potentially. It's not for sure.
Okay.
On the lines of Pokemon and Temtem, I think is the other one that's kind of coming out. Is
I should really get that.
Kindred Fates is in a Kickstarter. They've raised I think 46,000 out of the pledged 50,000 or whatever.
Is.
And
Kindred Fates.
Yep, it is a open world monster battling RPG.
Oh yeah, there we go.
So I'm kind of excited.
This animation looks cool.
Yeah. So I've kind of been following this.
Have they reached their goal?
Almost.
They're close. 46,000 out of 50,000.
They got them 24 days left. To get.
Oh yeah, they'll get there.
So, I think it's something to watch. I think it's strange that all of a sudden people are coming out trying to take on the Pokemon style genre of game.
Well, and Temtem sounds like it's awesome. It sounds like it's Pokemon.
Yeah.
And like the worlds and the exploration sounds cool. I should really get it and play it.
I mean, I know Digimon kind of tried, but
I like Digimon. I haven't liked, apparently the Digimon games on like PS4 and Switch are really good. I know one of our friends, Misa from Walmart, plays a shitload of them.
Yeah.
It's more so I've heard they're really long, like hundreds and hundreds of hours, and I'm like,
no, thank you.
I don't have time for that right now. But if there was a Pokemon game that was like that, I'd play it. So I guess I'm being hypocritical there.
It really does sound good, and like they want to do cool. That line about provoking a provoking and compelling story. Like Pokemon's legit. They got some good stories.
Their stories have been up and down. Black and White story was really good.
But I think you can definitely get deeper with games like this.
Yeah,
more.
I like the ones that. Ooh, this looks pretty.
Yeah, see,
there's some videos of it.
Hell yeah, told you.
Yeah, I like this more third-person perspective of it too.
Mm-hmm.
Like this gives me Breath of the Wild vibes, but it's like Pokemon. Oh man, you get to ride this Gyarados-like thing. That's badass.
All right, you can't already start comparing it directly to Pokemon.
Well, I mean, that's what we're doing here.
Yeah, see, it just looks so good.
This looks cool. And is this supposed to be just single player, or is this also going to be multiplayer, dude?
I don't know, but like building your own room, like man, you always move into a new house in Pokemon and your room's all set up for you. It's bullshit.
Making camp. This looks cool. The Kinfolk, so that's what it's called.
Yeah, so
okay, so there are different evolution ways. That's cool. Level up with Cinder ability, so branching evolutions. Choose your path. That's cool.
The one that too.
So combat's more real time. It looks like.
Mm-hmm. And they're sentient beings, so like they're going to be more, I think, more involved than just like your Pokemon is like your little companion following you. I think this is going to be a little more in depth, where you might have more of an emotional connection to your partners.
Okay.
Just because they can talk and have their own thought process.
So they talk more than just with their name. They actually speak sentences.
Repeating their name constantly.
Dude, this bear looks badass. It's not a Pokemon. That Kinfolk is a merchant. Well, it's got to reach. So we've got the different types and stuff. Makes sense. This looks cool.
Yeah, like I said, I'm super stoked.
Yeah, so the combat looks like it's like third-person combat, which is sweet.
Yeah, like I want to be able to run away from an attack.
I want to directly control
just
my fucking Charizard and fuck shit up.
Mm-hmm.
Death. Your Kinfolk falls, they don't faint. They're actually dead. Shit. When they die, their soul will materialize as a small blue flame that floats in the air where they died. If you walk over and pick it up, they'll be added to your inventory and you'll be able to revive them. Okay. If they die somewhere unreachable, their soul will float to the nearest reachable location. Okay, so you're not they're not dead forever. Yeah. You can bring them back.
Building a burial plot, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay, you also receive a key item at the start of the game. All right, then we're getting automatically return on the die. Okay. if you aren't able to reach a kinfolk's flame before it burns out, they're gone forever.
Savage.
Shit.
So it sounds like it's gonna be like a grown-up Pokemon. Like it's gonna be
Lavender Town, but everywhere. That's what Benny says.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Okay, online features. That's what I'm curious about. PvP, 1v1, 2v2, pre-alpha combat arena. Start sending out keys for the test of our combat system. Pretty cool. Yeah, it seems in depth. The biggest thing we got to get to is 155,000, so they can release it on Nintendo Switch.
Yeah,
because otherwise it will probably just be PC.
Everyone spread the word.
Co-op.
Share the information.
350,000
if you're interested.
Damn.
Yeah, because I
haven't seen this anywhere. This should get blasted on other accounts.
That's what. Yeah.
I'll leave this open and tweet about it later.
So yeah, that's
that looks fucking cool.
Temtem looks legit, but I'm almost more excited for this because it has that potential.
The reason I'm like equally as excited about Temtem is that that's more multiplayer. So it's like this would be more single player focused,
right?
And Temtem is like an MMO, but for Pokemon and like 2v2s. But there can be there's places for all these games. So
hell yeah. So
that sounds fucking cool. Where'd you find that?
I don't know. I like my Google.
It just pop up in your Google
automatically
newsfeed.
Pops up and like. I think it was in relation to talking about Temtem because apparently our devices are always listening to us.
Oh, of course.
And it just kind of popped up, and I almost scrolled past it. Just the name kind of didn't, appeal to me. Like reading a book by its cover, I was like, eh. And then I just went back to it, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah, that looks awesome. I'll have to look at the stretch goals and shit, and maybe back it. I've never backed anything on Kickstarter, but
yeah,
take a look. Is that all we got for news?
I think so. The only other thing I had was the 5 Bethesda games, things to look forward to from Bethesda this year.
Okay.
Which isn't really too
things
exciting.
to be worried about with Bethesda.
Yeah.
They haven't released anything amazing in a while. Doom will be good. Doom looks fucking sweet, but it comes at the same day as Animal Crossing. So
yeah, Doom Eternal and Doom 64, you get right along with it.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. One of the ones I grew up on.
Because Doom Eternal looks fucking sweet.
Yes. Not really anything exciting from Bethesda for me. Wastelanders for Fallout 76.
Yeah, I mean, 76 has issues. I want to check it out once they add the Wastelanders.
Mm-hmm.
That's the NPC storyline kind of shit that was supposed to come out in the fall, but they delayed it. But they fuck so much shit up for Fallout 76.
Just can't win.
No.
They're just not winning.
Well, they're being stupid and greedy, but that's just my opinion.
All right. ESO Greymore, which...
That's going to Skyrim, right?
Yeah.
And Elder Scrolls Online, if you don't know what ESO is.
I'm a little...
I love ESO.
I was talking to Tyler and I was talking to you, I think, about Blackreach and Skyrim. My least favorite place.
Blackreach fucking blows.
I hate it. And that's where I think this is going. It was either this or there's going to be a whole Blackreach
It's not going
to
just be Blackreach, right?
I guess it's huge. This article that I had read was that it's going to be Blackreach, but it's going to be huge. And there's going to be like a town down there. There's going to be fast travel points.
Okay.
So it sounds like they're opening it up and it's been explored more than when you're down there.
Elder Scrolls Online is easier to explore than the traditional single player Elder Scrolls games, which is good and bad depending on who you talk to.
Yeah.
Like, I like it. I haven't played Elder Scrolls Online since the Morrowind update, and I loved it. I should go back. I have it. I think my biggest character is on PS4, so I'd have to play it there. But
I want to go back too, and like I always jump in, and then I just want to play Skyrim. so that's where I end up.
I need to figure out how I was playing because I made a sorceress who fucking kicks ass.
Yeah,
on PS4.
That's what I was doing. Who knows? I have nothing to play this week lined up, so maybe I'll check it out.
We'll talk about how many things I'm playing.
The only other thing was Elder Scrolls Blades, which is coming to everything.
That's the phone one, right? Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna bring it to everything.
Yeah, because didn't they announce it was coming to Switch at E3 at some point?
So they pushed it back. Shocker!
Oh, no way.
Something got pushed back.
So, it's the only one on the show today.
Sometime in 2020.
Okay, that's fine.
So.
I think that'll get the most play on like Switches because there's less role-playing games like that on the Switch. So
yeah,
granted, you can play Skyrim on the Switch, so you should probably just do that. But.
So yeah,
that's the news for this week. We'll pop into chat a little more. We've kind of been in there. I don't know if Joker and Bats is still in the chat, but he was talking a little bit. PS5 is going to have backwards compatibility. Yes.
Yes.
At least for PS4. There's rumors that it's going to be everything, which would be fucking sweet.
Yeah.
But Who knows?
I
At least for
know.
PS4 games, they've confirmed.
Yeah, it's always one of my biggest grievances when they try to make you spend more money. Like,
That's what was rough for the
you know,
PS3.
yeah, and it bums me out. But all this backwards compatibility is going to be awesome because I don't want to lose shit or have to start over with my favorite games and then just need to play it again.
Right, and that's why I've been buying more digital too for games I know I would not get rid of, just so it's
Yeah,
easy to download again without having to go dig out my old PS4 discs.
true
He
story.
does mention old Microsoft crushing Sony. During PS3 and 360 generation, the Xbox definitely was
Fact.
rocking. Even though at the end of it, the PS3 sold more units, like Xbox is still like the victor
Yeah,
if you want to talk in fucking console war terms. But it's because the PS3 launched at 600 because of that emulator chip, so it could play PS1 and PS2 games. That's why the console is so expensive. Do we have any specific other questions? Chicago hotel vacation for sure. Yeah, we should definitely do that.
mm-hmm.
I don't know where I'm going to school everybody.
On all the consoles and all the games ever, except for Mario Party. I would just like to take credit for crushing
True, yeah.
Mario Party.
Well, did you crush it? I mean, I'm still good at Mario Party.
I'm not saying you're bad. It's like I'm still good at Mario Kart, but you just still
That's true.
hover there.
Especially Mario Kart, I fucking own it.
Yeah.
If it's older Mario Karts, yes. Smash. Speaking of Nintendo's online being fucking trash, I just want to play Smash online and have it be good. Because that'll help me get better, since none of fucking you guys ever want to play against me and get better.
Well, you can only beat people so many times.
I can train. I can train people.
Maybe you start offering lessons and coaching instead of just.
If you want to get
us.
coached at Smash, I'll just teach you what I do. It's pretty easy. I'm not a pro, but I'm good. All right, so before we hop into
real quick,
yeah,
I didn't save this article. Bungie, they're hiring for a new game. They put out job.
Didn't they?
And I was reading. I can't remember. Forgive me for not knowing who wrote the article. But basically, they listed out what the job thing was asking for.
Okay.
What they were, all the questions about, like, hey, are you interested in doing this? Can you do this? Blah blah. And then the last thing was, it was about like, oh, whimsical characters and storylines, and it goes Overwatch. Bungie is making Overwatch.
Okay.
And it was just really funny. But they are apparently looking to get people in to make a new game.
Well, they signed a deal. I just did a quick. Yeah, like they made a deal. This is a while ago at this point, but this is probably what they're hiring for. They signed a deal with a different company because now Bungie's completely independent. They own the Destiny IP. They're not working with Activision, which is good. But then they signed a deal with a different company to make a different IP, which is probably this game that they're hiring for. Yeah, so like this is some article from Eurogamer. Wesley Yinpool looks like Bungie received over 100 million as part of an investment from a Chinese publisher to build a new game.
Yeah.
And it sounds like NetEase is the investment, and they also invest in Blizzard games like Overwatch and that kind of shit. So that would make sense that they'd be making something like that, and they were probably pitched that to this company, and they're like, oh shit, these are successful. Yeah, we'll buy in on it.
Speaking of Overwatch, I have yet to ever play that game.
It's so fun. I don't know if it's still fun if you play and you're new. It probably is, because when you're new, it pairs you with other new people. We talked about this on a different show, I think. Yeah, so you should at least try it.
Or Destiny, because every time somebody says Destiny, even if they're not talking about the game Destiny, it just makes my body wants to just play.
Destiny's just fun to play.
Don't yell at me. Oh yeah, Benny.
That's like the only game Kool-Aid plays. Well, he's playing Borderlands now.
Just kidding.
I saw a headline somewhere that like some people don't think there'll even be a Destiny 3. They're just going to keep doing add-ons and creating worlds.
So cool with that.
I'd like it if they switched it to just a platform, like just started calling it Destiny and put everything together.
I am single now, so careful what you ask for.
Kool-Aid's getting married, Ryan.
Yeah, without guinea pigs walking the rings down the aisle, which why I'm not going to show up.
True. All right. We had a question from one of our friends, Gary, which you don't know, so I'm going to just kind of throw this on you. He asked, what is your favorite game of all time? And then what is your most disappointing game of all time? Now, I know I'm throwing it right at you, so I can go first because I wrote some shit down.
You can't put me on the spot like this. My brain.
That's why I'll go first. Well. You think I go first? We could also talk about. I can fill time while you're thinking.
No, that's cool.
My favorite game of all time is God of War from 2018. It was Ocarina of Time for the longest amount of time, and then God of War 2018 on PS4 is so amazing. Like just thinking about it, that game is perfect and it's so fucking good. Everything's there for a reason. It's so fun to play. The story's amazing. The acting is fantastic. Like, I love everybody in that game. I don't have any gripes. Like, thinking about that game, I'm like, fuck, it's just so good. I get like excited talking about it. It's because I love it so much. Ocarina of Time was that game for me for the longest time. It was one of those games that I played and it just blew me away on the N64 because I'd come from, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, so just playing Mario.
Yeah.
And the only Zelda games I had played, I hadn't even played Link to the Past at the time. I think I'd played like Link's Awakening on the Game Boy, which I liked, and the original Zelda on the NES, which I was not good at video games at the time. Other honorable mentions for favorite games: Final Fantasy VII and Diablo 2. Because I love Final Fantasy VII, stoked for the remake. Diablo 2, I've probably put the most amount of time into as far as a video game goes. Because I played that on hard for like 5 years and then on and off for the 5 years after that until Diablo 3 finally came out. Most disappointing games. Initially, Anthem came up because that's the most recent disappointing game, which is fun but lacking a lot. Pokemon Sun, because I didn't really like that as far as Pokemon games go. Disappointing, but not a bad game.
Yeah.
Aliens Colonial Marines, an awful game that I was
never even heard of
stoked
that.
for. This was a Gearbox game. It was supposed to be a sequel to the movie Aliens. And they showed off these amazing E3 demos, first-person shooter co-op, like 4-player squad. You can go in and there's like these cool scenarios where you're putting turrets up, defending areas, xenomorphs are flooding in. Something happened in development. It was Gearbox teaming with Sega, but the development switched to a different studio in the middle of it. And they just had to like cut a ton of shit. Like, they showed off these E3 demos and shit from those demos just doesn't happen in those areas. And it's just like a broken shit of a game. I remember I pre-ordered the collector's edition of it and I canceled it. I was supposed to go pick it up and the reviews had come out a few days before that. And I was like, fuck, I was stoked for this game. So I canceled it and just moved the money over and picked up Dead Space 3. Which, Dead Space 3, not as good as the first two. It's just a good action co-op game. It's kind of like, you said Resident Evil 5 is your favorite Resident Evil. It's like that, but for Dead Space, where it's like Resident Evil 5 isn't really horror. It's more just action, which is what Dead Space 3 is. It's co-op action, which is still really fun, and I really liked it. But Dead Space 1 and 2, straight survival horror, like scary single-player games. So it's not in the same vein, but you have the same characters. But most disappointing, Aliens Colonial Marines.
All right.
You got anything yet?
I do. So the most disappointing, like, as some people know, I had a long break in my gaming career because I was a raging alcoholic.
Yes.
Don't recommend it.
Don't do that.
So I don't really know, like, most disappointing. I will agree with Anthem just because of the hype for it. And like that, like for both of us, like that's what we want in a game. And it was just a huge letdown.
That's another one where they showed stuff off, like Colonial Marines in demos that just wasn't there in the main game.
And I agree with Pokemon Sun. Like, as you know, I bitch about that all the time, constantly, because it just wasn't.
I still haven't finished it.
I know took me years to finish it, and I was like, man, it's just not.
I want to go get the legendary, but fuck, I don't at the same time.
It's tough. It's like I'd rather go to the dentist. Favorite game of all time, in one sense, and actually probably top the list. I have to say The Witcher 3, and we're gonna get a little sentimental for a minute.
So good.
Because that was one of the game I picked up when I started to realize I had to get out of my depression and out of my drinking phase, like 15 years in, and I finally got my Xbox One and I picked up The Witcher 3 and like changed my life. Like, that game really helped me out of it. And it's like a perfect mix.
It's
of
amazing.
Like the fantasy and then the Skyrim, like all that customizable stuff and all the extra stuff you can do. And it was perfect.
And you have all these memorable characters too. Like, not to hate on Skyrim, but there's not a Geralt in Skyrim. There's not a Yennefer in Skyrim.
Absolutely.
There's not these, what's the one quest line, like the Baron with those witches or whatever like
Baron,
that. Like you don't have side quests like that in other open world games, really. The stories, the side stories even are amazing.
Like, I agree. Like, maybe more so in the DLC in Skyrim, but not just right off the bat, sitting in there waiting for you to find them.
Right.
And then I agree with God of War, but it's tough because Horizon Zero Dawn,
Horizon also
made me
amazing.
feel so good, and I mean God of War did too, but
well, it's also hard for me, like recency bias. God of War is pretty recent, so is Horizon.
I put them like right next to each other. You just can't. I mean,
but games are so good now too. Some games are so good now.
Picking them the most disappointing is hard because I'm new, to the gaming world right now. I say new, but So it's tough but disappointing. I kind of want to
Horizon's
say
so good too, though. Like the gameplay in Horizon,
you
never played
feel
anything like
good.
that. It's really satisfying
Yeah,
because
like
the combat's hard, but when you're good at it, it's so fucking
yep.
cool.
Because I don't do that kind of combat. Like I'm not
Yeah,
good with the bows and arrows.
and
Like
you have to hit specific points on these machines,
yeah,
otherwise you're gonna get fucked up.
and you get good, and you just feel like a god.
And the story is my favorite part of that
Mm-hmm.
game, and like
And
the
the
combat's so
character,
good. Yeah,
and Aloy
like
as a
Aloy's
character,
amazing.
the whole story, like it's heartfelt and deep and
Hmm.
worth it.
There's some cool twists and turns in it that are
Yeah,
really satisfying and like oh shit moments.
yeah.
Man, I want a new Horizon.
I
I hope it's
know.
this year. Hope it's a launch title.
I'll tack on one more disappointing game. For me, it was Days Gone because I pre-ordered it. I was so excited because that's right up my alley, like open world
Yeah.
zombie hunting, and it was not my play style, and I don't think it was. I personally, at least, wasn't informed enough on what kind of play style it was, and
Okay.
it kind of really bummed me out.
Well, and the playstyle was the same. I didn't play it till later because I heard reviews. And I was excited for it, but I didn't grab it right away. And then I heard things from you, things from other friends who liked it a little bit more, but were still a little disappointed in it. And then, yeah, I don't know. I didn't pick it up right away. When I picked it up for like $20, I had a lot of fun with it. There's not enough variety in the game though.
Yeah,
And I don't know.
too. Like
The
I
biker stories don't really appeal to me either. Like, I don't really care about biker gangs and shit.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe if I was more into Sons of Anarchy, which I've never watched.
me either. But I apparently know who's in it and all about it.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who are in it, but
you know.
that one guy you said was hot is in that,
Yeah,
right?
Charlie Hunnam, which it's weird. I came across on, I think it was Instagram. He was shirtless and something. You know, I was like, that's fine. So, yeah. Now,
yeah. So that's thank you for that
good.
question.
Yeah, that's legit.
Tivril
like
/ Gary, toss a coin to your Witcher.
Keep them coming.
That's the only question we got. We were gonna go over. Do you want to go over what we've been playing, or do you want to go over our yearly wrap up?
Either one or both, real quick.
I can do my yearly. So PlayStation does this thing every year. It does a yearly wrap up.
Go one at a time, like each point.
Sure.
And then you say yours and I'll say mine.
So it lets you know like how much time you've played, your top games, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I recommend doing it. It makes you feel like
you can only do it.
Didn't play that much.
You can only do it until like the 14th, and then I think it goes away. So I remember Kool-Aid. I think Overwatch for sure was his most played. So we'll go with my top 3 games. I played 56 different games on PlayStation this year. Top game, number 1, Borderlands 3, 126 hours. Number 2 game, Skyrim, 89 hours. Number 3 game, Borderlands The Handsome Collection, 71 hours. So I played about 200 hours of Borderlands in 2019.
That's what's up, Brandon. So I already said this to Brandon, but I have all 3 consoles, so don't judge me too much.
I also have all 3 consoles, so judge them hard.
So I played 18 different games on my PlayStation, which doesn't seem right. Like a lot of these numbers for me, I hope you agree, just doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
94 hours in Borderlands 3.
Okay.
Which doesn't super make sense compared to yours because I.
Yeah, weren't you talking about being a better Borderlands player than me?
Yeah, but then
mean,
again,
more hours doesn't mean better.
I did get platinum, and I put in far less hours.
That's true.
Number 2 was Anthem with 54 hours.
Okay, mine's probably at that point too, but these are more.
Far Cry 5 with 41 hours, which was an amazing game. So yeah, weird. 18 games just kind of surprised me, but then again, I think
it could be because I tinker with a lot of random shit too.
Yeah,
like I just play. I get in slumps. Like I'm in a slump right now of games to play, which
I got my Xbox One X late last year, so that kind of I played a lot of games on that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So.
Your fucking One X that you won. Oh yeah, Benny, like 140 hours and only played like 6 games.
Oh,
it's probably just like Overwatch, Diablo, and I don't know what the third one would be. Jackbox something. My top genre was probably RPG, role-playing game. 15 role-playing games, 115 trophies, 351 hours in RPGs.
What?
Borderlands is an RPG.
Mine was first-person shooter, which surprised me.
Okay.
It's not really RPG is my.
Yeah.
5 games, 148 trophies, and 231 hours.
Oh shit, yeah. I'm surprised, yeah, shooter. Well, Borderlands is a shooter / RPG, so it's probably I had so many hours in Borderlands, but then also Skyrim, which is not a shooter.
Yeah.
And Anthem, which is probably also a role-playing game, and it's not first person, so that would be just under the role-playing game category, and then third-person shooter. So this is the gross thing. I played video games 224 days out of the year, 1,543 hours locally, 0 PSVR hours, 77 hours online. So I play lots of single player, clearly. Longest streak, 10 hours. My prime time to play is Sunday evenings. I clocked in 1,620 hours of gameplay. I remember doing the calculation, and it is a lot. So I played video games for 67 and a half days out of 365 days.
All right.
Like in total hours, which is insane. But doesn't surprise me because all I do is play video games in my downtime for the most part. So what are your numbers here?
My numbers here are 416 hours of gameplay.
416?
I know. What the hell, right?
Fucking
92 days.
Just brag about going outside more.
I know. It's because I have a puppy, so I have an excuse.
That wasn't that... Well, yeah, I guess, yeah.
92 days. 354 hours locally. 62 hours online. My longest streak was 16 hours.
Damn.
So that...
Did you like pass out with a game active or something?
No, I'm willing to bet it... Well, it can't have been Skyrim. I've only been playing that this year, so...
Maybe Borderlands?
It was probably Borderlands.
That's probably
when
my
it came
longest
out,
session as
we
well.
Took the weekend
yeah.
off. Sunday afternoons is my prime time.
Okay. I play a lot of video games on Sunday once football is over, which football's almost over because the Super Bowl's today.
You know what? Seeing all this, I'm really going to pump my numbers up this year.
Yeah, you got those rookie numbers, man. You got to get on my level. All right, let's see. Trophies. 367 new trophies, up from last year. 291 bronze, 59 silver, 16 gold, 1 platinum. I don't know what platinum I got this year.
Was it a Telltale kind of game?
Maybe. Yeah, because I played Tales from the Borderlands.
Mm-hmm.
Because I hadn't played it yet and I wanted to before Borderlands 3, which I'm glad I did because there are characters from Tales in Borderlands 3 that kind of play a big deal.
Well, I'm not far off here. I have 311 new trophies.
Yeah, see, so you're probably just grinding other games more than me.
239 bronze, 55 silver, 14 gold, and 3 platinum.
Damn, what did you plat? Well, you platted Borderlands 3.
Spider-Man, Borderlands 3.
Yeah, because you played Spider-Man
and Control
later. Did you platinum Control before the new year?
I'm pretty sure. Was it before the new year? I don't fucking know. No?
I didn't think it was.
No, because we just swapped.
Yeah.
Cool, I'll have to look that up.
Because you'll have 2 this year,
I have
probably.
4 or 5 now, yeah.
Yeah, because you platted Star Wars and Control.
I'm not thrilled about becoming a completionist, but apparently I'm on my way.
It depends on the game for me. This is more of just PlayStation Plus savings. Yeah. Not that crazy. I saved $38 through PlayStation Plus offers on games and add-ons. I downloaded 24 monthly free PS4 games, which is all of them. Your top game played online was Black Ops 4, which 29 hours last year.
Mine was 30 hours with Anthem.
Black Ops 4 I played a lot. It was really fun. Not as fun as, or more fun than the new Call of Duty, which I've probably only played like twice online. What do we got? Oh yeah. What was yours? Yours is just Anthem.
Which one? Right? Anthem, yeah, 30 hours.
And you got 24 games as well, which is all of them. So. Last year, PlayStation Plus members were offered 24 free games.
Ooh. Yeah, my title. What's your title?
Right? Where's your title?
Right there.
Where?
You don't get one. I am
a title.
Marksman.
Oh,
you're an
action hero.
Crushing it.
I should save this.
Yeah, I don't get the picture though. Oh no, that's because I took a screenshot.
I'm just gonna save this new.
Oh yeah, Benny. 140 hours in Overwatch alone. Way to go. I mean, that's dedication, so that counts for something.
That's pretty crazy.
Cool, I wasn't reading that or anything.
You can read it here. You can read it on this side.
Oh, okay. Just kidding. Sorry for yelling. I didn't mean to blow up. Hey, oh yeah, Benny, did you know Jackbox 6 is out? Check it. I want to pick that up.
Oh yeah, what was this? 140 Overwatch, 61 Diablo, and like 8 hours of Jackbox. Dude, I fucking called it. I don't know how to save this. We'll figure this out off stream. Action Hero. So yeah, 56 games, that many hours, that many trophies. Share your accomplishments, which I did. That's how I refound this.
And then real quick, in 10 seconds, let's say it. Borderlands 3, I just platinumed the DLC and the whole game and got all the trophies. And that's what I've been playing.
I need to play the DLC. I'm probably not going to wait for you, Kool-Aid, and start it. We'll talk about this more later today when I see you.
So what have you been playing?
I've been playing so much shit because I don't know what I want to play. The week started with, I started playing Torchlight 2 because I was excited for Torchlight 3, and I played Torchlight 2 a lot for a few days on stream. I played some Star Wars with Gary before I started Torchlight 2, Star Wars The Old Republic as an MMO. I started playing Magic the Gathering Arena, which is the refresh. Magic basically has this platform where you can play Magic the Gathering trading card game. You can play a video game version of it, and it works really well. It's only on the Epic Game Store right now. They must have bought exclusivity, which I don't give a fuck about the Epic Game Store shit. Like, I'll download a new launcher. They give away free games all the time. It's easy. But it's free, and you can play a lot of it. I had a lot of fun with that. I've only played that for a couple hours. I started playing Batman Arkham Origins because I've been craving a Batman game since I've been watching some of the not great but still fun DC movies this last week because my girlfriend Isabel hasn't seen any of them. So we were watching those, and I was like, fuck, I want to play Batman. And I heard Arkham Origins isn't as great as the other Arkham games, but the story's better. So, like, combat and stuff. You haven't played any of those games, have you?
Nope. I have them. I haven't one.
Okay. They're fun. They're really good. Well, they're fun. They doesn't seem to age as well compared to other third-person action games now, playing one, because this is an old PS3 one. And then Borderlands 3 I have been playing, but I haven't been playing any DLC. I've just been kind of grinding out gear, trying to freshen my build.
DLC was so good.
I'm probably going to start it. We'll
so
see.
Funny.
We'll see where Kool-Aid's at, because I started playing last night another game. I'm just bouncing.
I mean, if Kool-Aid's not on our level, then just push him to the side for a little while.
But we want to get him to our level so we can do shit together.
He's a big boy. He can do it on his own.
That's true. That's fair. But I started playing Slay the Spire last night, which I don't know if you know what that is. It's on Game Pass. I've heard good things about it. It's a dungeon crawler card combat game, which I know sounds like a lot and maybe a little annoying. And I'm hesitant with card combat stuff because sometimes it annoys me. But man, I love this one. I played it for like 4 hours last night on Xbox, and I was like, fuck. I just went and bought it on Switch because I'm like, I should be playing and grinding this out because this is a good Switch game. So I went and bought it on Switch last night and went to bed. And I played a little bit this morning to re-unlock everything. But yeah, you start out, it's just like naked runs basically. So you pick a character, then you start on this dungeon, then you build your character up and your deck of cards up that way. But as you beat it, there are unlocks that you get, like permanent unlocks. But once you die, then you pick a character again and start like a different seed. So it's like randomly generated maps to go and fight these bosses. And then there's so much to unlock and so many different... The characters play way differently. There's 3 different character classes, and they're all radically different with the type of cards you get and the type of damage you can deal. But I'm pretty addicted to it, so we'll see if that stays. Like So I haven't played any Control.
Yeah, I know. We don't have to talk about that.
I want to get back to.
You gotta get your platinum, and then we can talk about it.
Yeah,
that was the deal. So
I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll bounce. Maybe I'll bounce between Control and Slay the Spire this week. I do want to play more Batman too, so.
Well,
we'll see.
As far as I go, follow me, Hip Hop Misfit 89 on Instagram, and see what I pick up this week, because I have no idea what I'm going to play. So
I will probably be streaming some Slay the Spire at some point. Oh, I also played some Smash this week because I want to play more Smash. I want to try that out.
You need
online.
to. You're not very good yet.
I'm rusty. I've only played Smash Ultimate on Switch for like less than 40 hours total, which is not a lot for a Smash game that's been out for over a year for me. Not a lot at all. No one ever wants to play.
Yeah,
for more than 30 minutes.
Wreck us. Beat down our ego when we play against you.
Twitch.tv/LairdBrandon. I am LRD Brandon on every other social media feed. So Twitter, Instagram. Twitter's the best way to follow me to figure out where I'm streaming and when and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm Dark Siren 89, Siren with a Y, on literally everything except Instagram, PlayStation, Xbox, Switch.
Yeah, my online
Twitter
is there all over the place.
Check it. Follow me.
We do this show, Brandon and Ryan Game Talk, every Sunday at 10 a.m. Central Time. Posted it on YouTube by Monday. I might post it earlier. I might post it today once I go through the editing process, just because Sundays will probably be better for that now that football's over. So I'll probably try and get it up by later on Sunday. Sweet. So, yeah, we'll be here every Sunday. And then, yeah, this has been Brandon and Ryan Game Talk.
Deuces.